In his personal creed, Rabbi Krauskopf said, "I believe it is all people's duty to acquire knowledge and to foster it." My name is Selena, and thanks to your generosity, I'm realizing my vision to combine my love for theater with my love for zoo science, to teach new generations of children about the animal kingdom and how we're all connected. I'm hoping to foster in them an enjoyment of learning that will carry them to pursue their own academic interests in their futures.
When Rabbi Krauskopf founded DelVal, he wrote, "In a country as large and fertile as ours, the pursuit of scientific agriculture will open an honorable and useful career to many a student." My name is Megan, and thanks to your generosity, I'm realizing my vision to pursue a career in field research of pesticides and ensuring their safe application and accessibility to small farms. This accessibility will ensure that small, family, and local farms will be able to provide their communities with fresh and safe table food.
These are just two of the over 1,700 students who are realizing their own personal vision, thanks to the support that you have given to this campaign. 120 years ago, Rabbi Joseph Krauskopf had a vision to found a school for young people. He would give them a dream of getting out of a difficult situation in the city and teach them how to farm the land. He felt strongly that each of us has a responsibility to make a greater impact on the world and to aid our fellow humans.
Now, thanks to your generosity, Rabbi Krauskopf's vision is being realized here at Delaware Valley University. Throughout this program, you will meet some of the students and hear some of the stories of the impact of the Realizing the Vision campaign. The most important messages for you to hear tonight are the messages of thanks. Through your generosity, you are enhancing the educational experience of DelVal students and giving them the knowledge and experience to tackle the most important issues of our time.
The Realizing the Vision campaign from an academic affairs perspective can be identified in 4 ways. 1, the expansion of our graduate programs. 2, this building, the Life Sciences building, that has created immense opportunity for our faculty and students. The hydroponics facility that will expand and grow our science with practice philosophy that our founder in 1896 created this institution upon. And finally, the scholarships that students have been the beneficiaries of in order to make a DelVal University education possible for them that might not otherwise be available to them.
People begin to look at the campus in a different way. They see a modern, up-to-date facility that, attached to a quality faculty, makes the opportunity for a better education.
Through the generosity of Kate Littlefield, the hydroponics facility is becoming real on our campus, and our students will have the opportunity to both learn the theory of plant science and hydroponics and experience a functioning hydroponics facility as part of their education. Our E360 program was one of the early examples of how to prepare a student for a very competitive world after they leave DelVal.
I could see how important it was to be able to go out of the country, study in another culture, meet people, to be able to go to a country that people didn't know a lot about. All of the students I talked to, the number one thing that they have to say is it has changed their lives.
We're here at our on-campus equestrian center. We have 2 on-campus equine facilities, which really sets us apart from our competitors. Through the support of our donors, we're able to try to stay ahead and make sure that we're supplying the industry with the best employees that we possibly can. We're trying to send students out into the industry who have a lot of hands-on experience, and it's through the support of the donors that we're able to do that.
As a school, as an academic institution, it's made great strides in developing programs that prepare the students, these young adults, for life outside of the school, for jobs and for careers. And so it's made great strides in that way. They've developed other programs, they've developed additional degrees. The school's developed now into a full-blown university.
I was part of the first couple classes for the graduate program, so seeing that develop is just amazing.
This academic year, our graduate school will have close to 300 students. We launched our first doctorate, which has 38 students enrolled in it. Doctorate of Educational Leadership. Without the generosity of the donors, we would not be a university today, and we would not have the expanded graduate programs that we currently have as part of Delaware Valley University.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Jack Schmidt, Chair of DelVal's Liberal Arts Department, and Tatiana Tway, a DelVal senior majoring in chemistry and animal science.
Good evening. I've been teaching at DelVal for almost 20 years, and I've always seen DelVal as an institution of potential. Now, as a result of the strategic plan and the Realizing the Vision campaign, DelVal has emerged as an academic and community leader. The Life Sciences Building has taken our facilities into the 21st century. It not only houses well-equipped science labs, classrooms, but also an unparalleled space to hold performances for DelVal's musical ensembles, as well as numerous community arts groups. In developing the strategic plan, we took a serious look at the needs of our community and the world and put them beside the values of our founder to determine the right path forward for us. Now, DelVal has graduate programs in policy studies and counseling psychology. These programs are designed to serve society and impact the community in a more important way than we ever have before. These programs also reflect Rabbi Krauskopf's passion for social justice, and are programs I believe he would have championed or even developed himself. Our graduate programs extend the reach of our existing undergraduate programs as research, scholarship, and inquiry filter throughout our programs and develop the type of community impact that you would expect out of a quality teaching university. Our students are now looking at community issues with global perspective. Globalization is bringing our world closer together, and it's our job as educators to expose our students to international experiences and give context to the worldwide conversation. DelVal is going places, and as a faculty member, I couldn't be more proud to be part of this top-notch institution.
My best academic experience at DelVal has been being able to take classes that intertwine both my chemistry and animal science majors in interesting and exciting ways. Taking courses like environmental chemistry, animal nutrition, and biotechnology have enhanced my knowledge of just how closely the two fields are linked. And this allows me to have an extremely interdisciplinary education that combines two of my passions. The new Life Sciences Building has provided a great space to learn and allows our faculty to use new and different technology to make the best use of class time. Now, I'm preparing to take my education further as I continue to law school next year with hopes of becoming an intellectual property lawyer. Thank you for your support. I know you have received calls and notes saying thank you from DelVal, but please know these are not empty gestures. The donations you have made are changing the face of DelVal for the better and are changing the lives of both current and future students. But all of these academic advantages can only go so far. The cost of education is continually rising, and for many students, a little extra help is all that's needed to achieve their dreams.
Scholarships are a huge reason why students attend the institution. We have many students here that might not be able to attend if it weren't for the scholarship program.
The scholarship money that's been raised through Realizing the Vision campaign, it has allowed more students the opportunity to afford a Delaware Valley University education.
It is a huge reason of why I came to DelVal is the fact that so much financial aid was available. I know when I was considering where to go for college, cost was a big thing for me. Making the move to come up to a small school in Pennsylvania would not have happened if it wasn't something that was financially feasible. And without these scholarships, it wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have been able to pay the full, I can't even remember what the real price tag is now because I've never had to pay the full price.
I was awarded the Joshua Feldstein Award. That scholarship raised my money and cut down, the money that I paid a semester. And, I was super proud of it. My mom was super proud of it.
It's definitely been extremely influential for me. It's motivated me to really continue working hard and be dedicated to my studies.
Those scholarships, they help to help us transform and shape the types of students that are coming to DelVal.
The donors, I couldn't thank them enough, and I'm happy that I got a chance, and I'm sure all the other kids, they'll be happy once they get their chance as well. I would just want them to know that they're doing a wonderful job just having a scholarship to begin with.
I'm extremely grateful for the generosity of all of the donors, and I think that has really motivated me and pushed me to kind of move forward and stay on track in a world where college education is so expensive and everything's getting so much more expensive. It's extremely important to get all the help that you can. We really wouldn't be in the situations that we are today or the positions that we are today receiving such a prestigious degree or education without the help of those donors.
It made a difference in my life. It made me come here, it made me get these experiences that I wouldn't have had if I had gone elsewhere. And I know that most students would probably say the same thing, that their life would not be the same if they hadn't gotten those scholarships and been able to come to DelVal.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jerry Fritz, a DelVal alum from the class of 1988 and a member of the President's Advisory Council, and Zach Jaworski, a DelVal alum from the class of 2012, who received the Salmon Foundation Scholarship as well as Emergency Financial Aid Initiative funding as a student.
Good evening. I am filling in for Dr. Greg Gallant, who was called out for a medical emergency, and I will read his notes. When I first became involved with DelVal, it was as a sports physician and surgeon for DelVal student athletes. The more I got to know DelVal and its students, the more that my wife, Jane, and I felt that we really wanted to make an impact here. With two daughters who have their own educational aspirations, and as parents, we realized that quality education comes with a cost. Unfortunately, this cost is too great for some families, and we knew that we could make a difference in the lives of young people by setting up a scholarship at DelVal. We set up an endowed scholarship named in honor of our daughters, Elizabeth and Allison, with the hopes that our scholarship would help a student in need to achieve their dreams. I can't tell you how rewarding it has been to have a chance to meet and to get to know some of these students who are benefiting from the scholarships here at DelVal. These students are bright, driven, and have a passion for changing the world. I know that by supporting scholarship at DelVal, we are contributing to the betterment of our world and society as a whole.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm Zach. My DelVal experience was transformational for myself. I received many opportunities at DelVal, not just to lead, not just to learn, but to lead. One of my proudest moments was working with Russell Redding, the horticulture department, fellow student leaders, and local nonprofits to establish the Hope of the Harvest charitable garden. Now our students are growing fresh produce that goes directly to local food banks that provide healthy food options for needy families. Without these opportunities, I wouldn't be here right now. I'm currently working in state government overseeing agricultural projects for Secretary Russell Redding, and I'm considering going to graduate school so I can learn even more about how to make a difference in the state and in our local communities. I know the value of helping because I've needed it myself. While I was a student here, my family suffered hardship and loss, and I would not have been able to continue my education without emergency funding. At DelVal, I've learned from so many people, faculty, staff, donors invested in helping me achieve my dreams. I am a product of the people in this room. Without Joan Hawk, I would have never got the funding. Without the PSEX and Dr. Diamond, I would have never gone to Poland. Without Dean Redding and Dr. Brosnan believing in me to be a staff member to grow the charitable garden, I wouldn't be where I'm at. It's because of the people in this room that my education extended beyond the classroom. It's because of the people in this room that my education built me lifelong friendships and has helped me be a part of a learning community that helps each student become a well-rounded member of society. Thank you.
There's always been this potential at Delaware Valley College, but now as a university, along with these facilities, is enabling us to realize that potential. Our current campaign has had a massive impact.
So we're currently standing on our multi-sport turf stadium. That was a direct result of a donation from Robert A. Lipinski. This field serves all of our sports here at DelVal, in particular football, men's and women's lacrosse, field hockey, and men's and women's soccer. This field really serves as a commitment to both our athletics here at DelVal and really provides a top-tier facility for us to thrive.
And has made a dramatic change in our ability to both compete and recruit at Delaware Valley University.
My previous school, we didn't have turf, and we didn't have a night game. Playing under lights, just that atmosphere was just great.
The addition of our new sports in 2015 led to an expanded recruiting base and also directly impacted enrollment at the university. In particular, I know for our sport, Virginia, DC, we have student athletes that have been here from California and Florida, and student athletes that typically would not come to DelVal and didn't even know about DelVal. So not only the addition of the sports that have brought on those student athletes, but I think it's getting the word out about the status of our university and what we're doing at a high level in both academics and athletics.
We are getting ready to launch very shortly a more comprehensive intramural and recreation program to provide not only more traditional sport-related activities, but things for students that don't see themselves as athletes necessarily, but just want to have fun. 24/7 dining, that's a new initiative that we've started to make the dining hall kind of a place to be on campus, so students can now go into that space around the clock.
Which I like, you know, because I'm a big eater. If you guys don't know, I'm a big eater. So I love that.
2 living learning communities and 2 themed floors.
A living learning community is typically a small cohort of students that resides together in a residence hall and is matched with either a staff member or a faculty member who serves as a mentor, a guidance, a presence for advising in the residence hall with them.
Theme floors, honors floors, some learning communities. Those are some examples of what we're trying to accomplish. We've added programming, so Friday nights and Saturday nights, late night, there are movies, there's food.
For most nights, there's something going on, whether it be like just something fun and recreational, like a magic show or something, or a seminar sort of thing.
The student life has really picked up over the years. From my freshman year, I've seen a lot more programs and a lot more involvement on the weekends especially, and that has served the community well. I think kind of building DelVal's reputation has really been a part of that student life.
I think that student life is an important part of the next chapter for the institution. We've got a strong academic program. I think that the student life function can complement that. And so as the university's progressed, I think that we have great opportunity to continue to evolve the student life function, and I think that will be to everybody's benefit.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Stephen Sheriff, a DelVal alum from the class of 2014 with a degree in counseling psychology, and student athlete John Jones, a sophomore who is majoring in media and communication.
At Delaware Valley University, I was able to pursue my passion for counseling psychology with two wonderful professors, but many of the experiences that helped shape me as a person happened outside the classroom. In 2013, I had the opportunity to study and work in Ghana for 2 months, which allowed me to witness firsthand the vast scope of human needs across the world while helping poverty-stricken villagers launch businesses. This changed my life and the course of my future. After graduating from DelVal in 2014, I had the opportunity to translate my love of tennis into becoming one of the first coaches of DelVal's new program in 2015. At DelVal, I found a supportive community that afforded me the opportunity to focus on my own health, both inside and out. Through that process, I began to own an interest in eating right, an interest that has led me to my next step in life as an entrepreneur. During this process, it always amazed me not only my support from the teachers, but even from President Brosnan, who would take time out of his extremely busy day to either shoot me an email or invite me in his office while he's having lunch, which is probably the only time alone he gets, once a week or something. It's just amazing. I don't know any other president of a college that would do something like that. He's a great guy. The school's been blessed to have him, honestly, and his legacy will be one of an extraordinary leader and visionary. As I begin the process of bringing the healthiest fast food in the world through a restaurant brand called Freshie to our region, I will be able to bring affordable, healthy food to all demographics. As I reflect on all the opportunities I had at DelVal, both in and out of the classroom, I was able to transform my life. I'm so grateful to all of the donors whose continued support will allow future generations to go through the same transformation I did at this great institution. Thank you.
Good evening. When I came to DelVal, transferring from a college in Tennessee, where I didn't have a turf field or a track, I now consider it a privilege to play football on the Penske field or to practice track here at DelVal. Better resources and facilities lead to better student athletes and a better outcome. I've had a great experience as a student athlete. DelVal just has a great atmosphere. Our football games pull the support of faculty, staff, and students, and it's so motivating as a player to receive that kind of support. My relationship with my coaches and teammates have extended off the field and have been a huge source of support and inspiration. Now I'm pursuing my dream to excel in football or track and turn one of my passions into a career. But I know that if I don't move into a career in athletics, I can use my degree in media communications to work towards becoming a sports analyst. My time at DelVal has taught me to pursue my dreams and has given me the tools to be prepared for the future. As a representative of all the students at DelVal, thank you for your generosity and for supporting all aspects of the DelVal experience.
As you can see, your support and involvement in this campaign has helped to transform DelVal. Thank you all for your support of the Realizing the Vision campaign. There have been so many accomplishments over the past 5 years, from the kickoff to tonight's celebration. To see the fruits of our labor, you can just look around campus and see things like the Life Sciences building where we are sitting, or the Institute for Biotechnology and Hydroponics, where we now grow all the lettuce that is served on our campus. Or you can speak with our students who are realizing their own visions while exemplifying the vision of our founder, to educate students from all backgrounds through hands-on experience. To continue this vision, we must keep asking questions, evaluating our programs, updating our practices, and ensuring that we are always providing our students with the knowledge and experience to tackle the most important issues of our time.
The vision wasn't just about becoming a university or about a building or any of those things. It was really about saying DelVal has a future, and it has a bright future, and what we have to do now is realize that.
I think realizing the vision name that we have given our capital campaign is intimately connected with our founder and his vision for the institution. He had a dream, which was to give opportunity to students who had a dream to become successful and prosperous farmers. There was no other institution in this country that at the time was making those opportunities available, especially to students who might not have the financial wherewithal. Our founder allowed them to realize their vision, and here we sit 120 years later, and our Realizing the Vision campaign speaks directly to what our founder found this institution on.
He saw the need to start an institution that would give people, immigrants coming into this country, a real significant future. We connected the past with the future by using his words, but putting them in a contemporary context. It really is one of the most significant things we did.
The campaign's vision was embraced by constituencies that are important to our institution.
I think everybody takes credit in this campaign, from the kids all the way through the president.
Students, faculty, staff, alumni, board of trustees, and donors.
I want every donor to feel proud, to feel satisfied, to feel that they've made a difference in the life of a student, in the life of a faculty member, in the life of an institution trying to educate young men and women.
The $31 million gift we got from the Warwick Foundation and Betsy Gemmell, she indicated she was making that commitment to support the strategic plan and where we were going as an institution. And that was obviously a transformational gift. And the purpose for that gift was to get the strategic plan going and off the ground. You can't have a successful campaign with one or two people. It was, in fact, the involvement of all the members of the community that really made that happen.
University status definitely helps us in terms of our footprint and where we attract students from, not only within our backyard, but within this Mid-Atlantic region. Students and families, they hear of us more often, they know us. The university has helped us in terms of the international market and what we can do in expanding and entering and expanding into that marketplace. We have a presence of students from China. We're working with for some Indian student recruitment. We actually have a new initiative in terms of diversity and growing the international student enrollment here at the institution. And that's in the early stages, but we're really excited about it.
We're aspiring to be something more than what we have been.
The growing process never ends, and I've known that at least over the last 10 years with the college going into the university. And it's really important so that we can be able to prepare these students to move forward and to be the best they can do and be leaders in their community, but we need the support to be able to do that.
You're never finished. I'm an avid believer of when you realize one vision, it's now incumbent on you to take a deep breath, celebrate that realization, but you're never finished improving.
Once you realize the vision, you have to look towards the future and what's next.
Institutions that prosper and grow don't sit back on their accomplishments and what they've done in the past.
The opportunity to grow academically and grow as an individual or student is endless.
We can invest in the university and the resources and the programs that will enable these students to be successful. That in itself will ensure that DelVal will be here for a long time.
That's what's really important, is that opportunity that we realize that this is not an end, it's a continuation, and one where we have to continue to prosper and grow.
I'm excited to see how we grow. I think I've seen a lot of growth in the time that I'm here, and I imagine that in the next 4 years, in the next 10 years, the next 20 years, there'll continue to be a lot of rapid growth. I can't even imagine where we'll be by then, but I'm sure it'll be exciting.
I'm looking forward to seeing us really grow. And I'm excited to come back here every A Day, every homecoming, and show my Aggie spirit, my Aggie pride.
All of these things I think are going to be very, very exciting to watch over the next several years.
Another generation of students can benefit from somebody else coming in and saying, 100 years ago, there was a dream and a vision that Joe Brosnan led the realization from, a dream that started in 1896 with the rabbi.
In a lot of ways, we have realized the vision, but the future is still going to be a challenge. And I think what we've done is not only created a vision for the future, but a foundation in order to reach that vision.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming one of our student leaders, Erin Anastasi, a senior business administration major specializing in accounting, who is simultaneously working on her MBA while finishing her senior year, and who has been named the 2015-2016 Mid-Atlantic Conference Scholar Athlete for the sport of women's basketball.
Thank you, Dr. Ben. I'm here tonight to represent all DelVal students and our entire community in saying thank you to each and every one of you. When we began this campaign, we had a lofty goal of $50 million. This is an amount that DelVal had not approached in past campaigns, but our leader had confidence that we could meet and exceed this goal. Dr. Brosnan and his team have worked tirelessly to develop a vision for the institution, put together a strategic plan that laid out a path forward, and share this exciting vision with donors like you, who wanted to be a part of building the future for DelVal. Now, here we are 5 years later, and we only have to look around campus to see how we are realizing the vision. We owe this success not only to the donors, but to the man who dared to dream that it was possible. Please join me in welcoming our president, Dr. Joseph Brosnan.
Thank you so much. And good evening to everyone, and thank you for all the speakers and all those kind remarks as well as insights into the path we've taken over the last 5 to 10 years. So tonight we join together to celebrate a remarkable achievement, one that has transformed an institution. It's an occasion unmatched in the 120-year history of Delaware Valley University. The unquestionable success of the Realizing the Vision campaign is a powerful statement that this institution, chartered in 1896 as the National Farm School, is vibrant, relevant, and here to stay. If I were a man of few words, and I'm not, I would use only 3 in this speech. They are, you did it. And I might add 2 more, thank you. As a matter of fact, I might add 6 more. Thank you, and thank you. But everyone here knows I got a lot more to say. So I'll start at the beginning, and the beginning is Betsy Gemmell. When the $30 million gift from Betsy and the Warwick Foundation was invested in the strategic plan, it was given life. That gift was the beginning of an assurance that the future was ours. It gave the Realizing the Vision campaign a broad, solid, optimistic place from which to start. In the history of DelVal, there was no other gift like it. In addition to funding our aspirations, it gave us almost 400 acres of land in Jameson and the great potential for expanding programs and raising revenue. We thanked Betsy then, we thank her now, and we thank her forever. Let's give her a round of applause.
Unfortunately, Betsy had to leave early. Many gifts, large and small, followed. We reached our goal of $50 million with about a year left in the campaign. Joe Eckert and the advancement team did a phenomenal job. They were ceaseless in their pursuit of success. Let's give that team, as a matter of fact, with their team, if they're here in the room, please stand. And let's give them a round of applause. Great job. Great job. I also want to thank the entire cabinet and my partner and wife, Carla Engebretson. Significant leadership was also provided to the campaign by Michael Moss, the campaign chair, and the Board of Trustees as a whole, in particular Dr. Susan Ward and Jim Traynor. Would Dr. Ward please stand? She spoke earlier tonight, but would you please stand? Let's give Dr. Ward a round of applause. In addition, support and encouragement came from an assortment of public officials, from Lieutenant Governor James Cawley, State Senator Chuck McElhenney, and State Representative Marguerite Quinn. So thanks to all of you. Tonight, you will get an updated campaign total. Thousands of you have given, and each gift was important to us. When we first began the silent portion of the campaign in 2010, I'm sure some of you were a little skeptical of our ambitious goal. That's where our strategic plan came into play. In the most concrete terms, this plan, this vision, explained where DelVal needed to go and how it would get there. It was detailed, it was smart, it was logical. Most important, it was convincing. It convinced you that investing in DelVal University was wise and that it would have wide and sustaining benefits. We promised you that DelVal would transform, and it did dramatically. There was tremendous excitement and curious anticipation once the Gemmell gift was announced. The excitement grew exponentially after we started investing in new projects and programs and even a new building. I remember the day we broke ground for the Life Sciences building. Optimism was everywhere. There was a smile on every face. Not long after, steel began to rise, and so did our spirits and hope. There was a big ceremony when the final beam was put into place. Some of you may have signed it. Jerry, I know you're here because I saw you before on stage. I know you were there because I've seen a picture of you signing the steel beam. So thank you, Jerry, for being part of that ceremony. When the building was finished on time and on budget, we held a preview party inside. It was an evening and the whole place was lit up. Bill Mullen, a former trustee, described the building as a beacon for the entire community. That's what it was that night, that's what it is tonight, and that's what DelVal has become for this community. As we restructured into 3 schools and a division for graduate and professional studies, we made headway towards gaining university status and gained momentum and attention. A great deal of excitement also was generated when we installed turf at Lipinski Field and added a recreational track. A gift from Bob Lipinski, class of 1980, made that possible, and we made him an honorary captain at the first football game on the new field. So thank you, Bob. That was a 35-27 come-from-behind victory, as I remember, over Rowan University, and the game was a sellout and quite exciting. A year later, after lights had been installed, we packed the stands again on the first night, which was a 54-35 win over Wilkes University, and I promise not to go into any more detail like that. At that game, we honored Dick Clark, class of 50, I think you saw a sign before, and Dick Carroll, class of 64, for their continued support of athletics. The progression of improvements continued, and our reputation continued to grow. People talked about us, they asked about us, they visited our campus. I remember when we cut the ribbon for the Janet Mannion Military and Veterans Center. It was a solemn and happy occasion at the same time. The music and the color guard were truly inspirational. The center was a signal that we're reaching beyond the traditional student and aim to welcome and accommodate those who serve the military, among many other groups. Equally thrilling was the celebratory toast and reception at the opening of the Littlefield Institute for Biotechnology and Hydroponics. You saw some pictures of it earlier. The name sounds impressive, and it is impressive. It's a show of our forward thinking. Another sign of success is the parking lot at this building, particularly on the weekends. Not the actual lot, but the cars. A lot of the cars, if not most of the cars, belong to graduate students earning their doctorate in educational leadership. With that doctorate in place, along with new master's programs, DelVal's ultimate goal, the apex of the strategic plan, became a reality. We attained university status. When we formally announced university status on Founders Day in 2015, there were cheers and spontaneous celebrations all over campus. In my time as president, I've never had a happier or more glorious day or witnessed so much excitement on campus. With our new status, being associated with DelVal was like owning a stock that had suddenly quadrupled in value. It was extremely exciting. The pride exhibited by students, faculty, and staff was unmatched and represented a very unique moment in time. It is one, as I said, I will never forget. But not all parts of the campaign were as evident or as visual. Still, they were just as important. One quiet success was the support of our annual fund, or as we call it, the DelVal Fund. Over the course of the campaign, because of your giving, the DelVal Fund has more than doubled. Each year now, over $500,000 is raised for the fund. For those who may not know, the fund supports all the academic programs. Students benefit in countless ways from the annual fund. They do so through financial aid, campus renovations and improvement, enhanced student success, and so much more. With the end of the campaign, the DelVal Fund will take on increased importance and require special attention. Scholarships, as we've talked about before, were another crucial area of the campaign. For so many students, there's no college without scholarships. It's a simple but sad fact. Fortunately, the campaign set a goal of $4 million, and we exceeded it. The signs are everywhere that the results and outcomes of the campaign have influenced our students, our graduates, and their careers that they embark on. It was not too long ago that Zach Gorski, whom you heard from earlier, took the stage at a dinner and said a lot of what he said tonight, but I'll just underscore that without scholarships, he would have dropped out of DelVal after some family hardships and never would have returned. And how sad that would have been, for Zach is such a wonderful guy. So Zach is only one, though, of the many, many students and alumni who the campaign has touched directly. Sean Durock and Kurt Dyer, both from the class of 2017, have regular jobs in the hydroponic greenhouses. The hands-on learnings they have gained will give them a distinct advantage should they choose to enter the expanding field of hydroponics, a field that I think most of you know a lot about. Carlina Brown, class of 2012, used the refurbished labs in Mandel and Feldman, along with the new labs in the Life Sciences building, and learned a great deal. She's now a scientist with Solenis, a global industrial water treatment company, and is known around the world. This year alone, the high academic standards that the campaign supported has gotten Jason Dahl into 5 vet schools, unbelievably. He turned down University of Pennsylvania and 3 others, and he'll be attending Tufts in the fall. Tatiana Tway is in law school, and Erin Anastasi is going to enter into one of the world's top accounting firms. Now, when I talk about programs and activities and faculty and these buildings, I must give the individual students the credit for taking full advantage of them. We didn't get them into vet school. We gave them the skills and the knowledge to do so. They got in. They got into the accounting firms. They got into the other things that they've accomplished, law school for Tatiana. So I want to congratulate them all as well. I could stay here all night and drop names. I won't do that, but I'll assure you of this. We said we would prepare our students, as you've heard a number of times tonight, with the knowledge and experience to tackle the most important issues of our time, and we've done it. This achievement was made possible through the Realizing the Vision campaign and through your support. By giving to the campaign, you invested in people who are making life better for all of us. I can't put it in any simpler terms. If what you had done here during the campaign were to be duplicated by the people in every town, in every state, in every country around the world, a real renaissance would occur. We'd be living now in a new and enlightened age. That age is far off on the horizon, but we have it here in some ways in a microcosm. So thank you again, and never forget what you have done, and never stop doing it. Its significance cannot be overstated. Thomas Jefferson said, "I believe that every human mind feels pleasure in doing good to another." So when you leave here tonight, leave with peace of mind and a full heart. You deserve it, and so much more. Thank you. And so I could get a drum roll, and now I'd like to give you the total that we just achieved for the campaign, and that is $58,475,873. Thank you all. It's made a tremendous difference in this institution, and it will for a long time to come.
Dr. Brosnan, I'm sorry to interrupt, but if you could hold on for just one moment, I'd like to invite Joe Eckert to the stage, as well as our good friends Helen Pizak-Nelson and Dr. Thomas Watson.
Joe, I know you have no idea what's going on right now, but I also know how much...
That's been going on for years. But
I also... That wasn't scripted. I also know how much you trust Helen and Tom, who are right behind you, and they have a very special announcement.
Joe, when you announced you were retiring, a couple of trustees and donors got together to consider an appropriate way to honor you. We wanted it to be something that supported your passion throughout your time at DelVal, our students. Student leadership is something that you've fostered from the moment you stepped on campus. You've worked directly with existing student leaders while identifying other students that didn't even know that they had leadership potential. You've nurtured in the whole campus community an idea that developing students as leaders is part of the mission of a university.
In light of our desire to honor you in this way, I'm pleased to announce a very special campaign initiative, the Joseph S. Brosnan Institute for Student Leadership and Success. How about that? There's more. This unique program would include 4 pieces to ensure that DelVal students have more opportunities than ever to develop their leadership potential. First, the program would include several years of intensive leadership development workshops with the nationally renowned group LeaderShape, designed to develop leadership capabilities among 60 students per year. Second, in order to provide a permanent focus on leadership development, the Institute will also fund a position for a permanent graduate assistant in the Student Affairs Division whose job will focus on leadership development. Helen?
In sharing a focus on student success, the Institute will also have a success endowment, which will have 2 components. The first element will provide additional financial support for students entering their 2nd year who are achieving success at the university and who need additional support to persist in their education. The second success element within the endowment
will provide additional support to the existing Faculty Professional Development Fund, which will enrich the faculty experience of dedicated educators who teach and mentor DelVal students.
So he just asked, is that it?
I meant as any more surprises. Not
Any surprises, right, I know what you meant.
I'm getting shaky.
So, and we're enjoying this. Words that are on this paper don't do justice to how privileged, happy, and honored we are to stand up on this stage with this man and with our leader of this campaign in this university. You saw a big number up here before, which if we can cue it up again was that one. When you add in the donations to the Joseph S. Brosnan Institute for Student Leadership and Success, that sign over there, it brings the new campaign total to more than $59 million.
I just want you to come over for a second, because this is what this place is all about, and I just want to acknowledge both of you and make a specific announcement about Selena. Selena was the Founders Day Award winner. There were 19 nominees, there were 9 finalists, and she was selected among all her fellow seniors as the Founders Day Award winner, which is quite an accomplishment. So in closing, I'm flabbergasted. It was quite a surprise. I just want to say I came here because of people, the students, faculty, alumni, staff, and friends of the institution. And I just want to say that you've made a difference in my life. I love this place, and you've made a difference in this institution. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart, with all humility, for your commitment. Thank you so much.
Close out. What an evening. Thank you all again for your kind support. Please know that Delaware Valley University would not have been able to achieve all that it has in the Realizing the Vision campaign without your generosity. We look forward to continuing to share our successes with you. Please join Dr. Brosnan and our students in the Umasella Atrium for coffee and dessert. Thanks again for being here. Thanks for your support, and thanks for believing in Delaware Valley University.